Now you see, ladies, that's the position Billie D was describing. So, She-Hulk, you can be the purple dinosaur, and Taki, you can be the red dinosaur, and Billie D can sneak up from behind and give you that green light all night. Show you right. You know, your boy DrunkenPrime, I made a pact this year. I said, 2024, I'm not paying full price for any mainline figures. I just don't feel like they're up to par lately. And honestly, that mindset has saved me from paying full price on a lot of bad choices I made this year. So I try to live under a bit of logic, right? Okay, if you pay a little bit more money, the quality should go up. All right, hold on to that. If you pay a little bit more money, the quality should go up, right? Right. The budget should be different. Everything should be different. You should be getting better quality. And I was like, okay, Commander Class. I like the Commander Class. I have pretty much all the Commander Class figures. So I was like, yo, when they said they were dropping Magmatron, I was like, all right, cool. It checks all the boxes. Japanese character, Japanese anime Transformer character, check. Looks like it's going to be true to the character, check. Looks like they're going to put some modern engineering into it, check. Now, just wait for it to go on sale. So I waited and waited and waited, and for a whopping $50 American, ladies and gentlemen, I got this guy. And yeah, I mean, yeah, the box pretty much, I think, kind of sums up what you're getting in here. So let's take a look at the box. Just your standard fare, like Legacy United box for this figure. So yeah, I mean, let's crack this bad boy open and let's take a look at the figure. So real quick, accessories. So he essentially comes with half the body of the Seasaurus as a shield. I mean, never understood that logic of, hey, I'm going to use my body to protect my body. What? That doesn't make sense. He comes with those blast effects that we've gotten since Omega Supreme, I think. And let me see, Omega Supreme, Skylynx, and Jetfire, I think all came with these same blast effects. But okay, cool. And he comes with his sword that, I mean, yeah, there's going to be an upgrade kit in the future for this sword, because that thing super flimsy. That thing is super flimsy. I've had to throw it in hot water multiple times just to try to straighten it out. It's super flimsy, and it comes with a holster, which is part of the Lancesaurus's body. So okay, cool. A little bit of old, a little bit of new, good mix. Okay, cool for accessories. All right, so the figure comes pretty much all assembled in the combine mode. And I took it apart and I was like, you know what? I want to review all the dinosaur modes modes first. So here we go. I'm going to start off with the Lancesaurus. Okay. This thing is cheap. Like, I'm not even going to front on it. It's cheap. This thing, it feels hollow. The plastic feels like 99-cent quality plastic. This thing looks straight up like an afterthought, for real. Like, it doesn't feel good in hand like most of the Commander Class figures. Most of the Commander Class figures have like a bit of like heft to them. The plastic feels thicker. This guy, the plastic feels super thin, especially in the open joints in the back of the legs. Like, it just feels hollow, and the plastic just doesn't have a good feel to it. So, I mean, they sprayed on some paint, but I want to do a little bit different. I want to compare it to another figure I have. So I compared it to Leader Class Megatron from Beast Wars. And you can see a gigantic difference between these two figures. Like, Megatron is a mini masterpiece figure. This figure is just shallow plastic with some paint got sprayed on it a little bit here and there. Like, it doesn't look good compared to what it should be from another mainline figure that's way older than this figure. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, they have to stay within budget, but still, no, I'm sorry, that's not acceptable, especially with the way Commander Class has been going. They have not really gone the cheap route with pretty much all the figures. So this is to me unacceptable. Like, even posing the Lancesaurus just doesn't feel good. Like, outside of the ratchets and the legs, it doesn't feel good. Like, it doesn't move right. Yeah. So that's just how I feel about this one. Let's talk about the Seasaurus. And basically, a lot of people have said the same thing. This is kind of the main event of all the dinosaur modes. And honestly, like, I wanted to compare it to another figure in my collection. So I compared it to the Transmetal 2 Megatron, because they both kind of have the similar type of neck joints going on. Like, even though it's plastic, plastic still isn't like that top-notch plastic. It still feels better than Lancesaurus. Like, it moves better. It feels like more of a premium feel to it. At least that what in the posing it does. So I mean, the neck joints are pretty much the same on par. It's just that it doesn't have the restrictions of the back of the neck like the Dragon Megatron. So I mean, it's solid. It's solid. Problem with this guy is the same problem I have with the Lancesaurus. Paint. They didn't put any real paint onto it. There's no real texturing. It feels, but the plastic feels a little bit better. It still doesn't have like a premium, like an overall premium vibe to it visually. It just looks like a green piece of plastic with some movement around it. Like, I feel like it's so close. This is literally so close to being like the best of the three, but it just, because of the lack of paint, it just falls short. It's not there. And people are probably going to be like, well, why are you putting so much effort or so much emphasis on paint? I was like, well, because you know what, paint adds a lot more character to it. A wash on this thing would have really made this figure pop, but it just comes across as just bland plastic. Just a quick wash over this, a black wash, would have made this figure just so much better. Just give it that little bit extra to make it feel premium. Now, I think my daughters still have my Air Razor. It was probably why I couldn't find it, but I was going to compare this to Air Razor. Couldn't find it, so I'm going to compare the Skysaurus to a couple other figures around that deluxe size in my Insecticons. So, I mean, yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Like, I feel like they put more effort into this guy. The wings look great. They have some great texture to them. They have some great paint to them. I feel like they put a little bit more into this than I originally thought they would, personally. I mean, but it just has a better pop to it. It looks better. It poses pretty decently, but I mean, it just looks overall more premium despite the extremely hollow neck. And the fact that his hands on his wings, his little claws can all touch each other is kind of dope. And the fact that his wings go so far back that he actually looks like he could do like sit-ups or something, like crunches or something. I think that's pretty dope. But yeah, I mean, out of the three, this is the one I feel like they poured a little bit more budget into, and it definitely shows on the overall product. Now let's talk about the Chimera mode, aka Billie D's favorite mode. It's basically a bunch of dinosaurs slapped together in a giant orgy. And I mean, I don't know whether they're trying to eat people, kill people, destroy things, or trying to get off. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what this mode's supposed to be. I never knew what it was on the show. It was there. It existed. So here it is. If you want to put this on your shelf, it would look cool on a shelf. I know people who are really into that mode, and I'm worrying about their mental health, and I think they're into some stuff that they need to tell their spouses about. They're into some dino orgies or some nonsense like that. But I mean, for the most part, it looks good. It looks show accurate. I didn't understand the show, don't understand it now, but it looks good on a shelf if that's what you're into. So yeah, there you go. Now for the main event, the combined mode. And well, I can honestly say all is forgiven in this mode because it looks really good. Yeah, all the flaws that I had with the dino modes carry over to this mode. But when combined, everything pops. The chest pops. The big head piece pops with the wings sticking out. The heads all over the place pop, like, you know, like the legs look better in this mode than they did in a dinosaur mode. The arms look great. Like, everything just pops more. It has more presence now. Like, it just feels like they just said, you know what, the hell with the dinosaur modes. Yeah, we'll have them, but we're gonna now make this mode superior. And they did. They really did. I think they did an outstanding job on the combined mode. Granted, that backpack is ridiculous, but it's fun. The wings are just all over the place on the back of the head, on the headdress, or whatever you want to call it, his helmet. But I mean, just maneuver them out of the way. It's not that big a deal. The arm, it just looks, it pops more. It just pops more. Now, posing wise, I mean, double jointed arms, the head moves, it doesn't go up and down, but whatever. But he does have an ab crunch. Great ratchets in the legs. The feet, you have to unplug them basically to get those to move. But I mean, other than that, it poses really well. It does have presence. I think it actually poses better than a lot of the Commander class figures, because there's more into this combined mode, and there's more stuff going on in this combined mode than I thought previously. And everything pops. It pops perfectly. And I was like, now that I have it on my shelf, looking at it, it just looks really good on the shelf. This is not for everyone. This is if you're not a Beast Wars fan, this is definitely not for you. But I'm telling you, like, if you can catch this guy on sale, pick this guy up, put him on your shelf, and tell me this dude doesn't pop. Like, it looks so good, and he poses so well, and he just has this great shelf presence that you have to see it to understand. The head sculpt is perfect. The scowl, everything, like it just all combines well. Now, size comparison. Here he is with Commander Class Jetfire and Commander Class Rodimus. Here he is with Commander Class Skylynx and Leader Grimlock. Now, I don't own the Commander Ultra Magnus because I have the X-Transbot Ultra Magnus. So here he is with X-Transbot's Ultra Magnus if you wanted to do a masterpiece comparison. Here it is. But yeah, overall, I mean, the combined mode is where it's at. You can see where they poured most of the budget into. It looks good in combined mode. It feels good in combined mode. I was more into it for the dino modes because I just wanted to have like the dinosaurs on my shelf, kind of like taking up some good space, doing some good spacing on my sort of Beast Wars dedicated shelf. But yeah, the combined mode is where it's at. I'm not even bothering like with the dinosaur modes. I'm just going to keep them in combined mode. That's what they obviously wanted you to do, and that's where I'm obviously going to do. And like I said, I didn't pay full price for this at all, but $50, it turned out better than my wildest dreams. I don't think even a third-party company could really top what's going on here. Some of the transformation bits are a bit finicky, but I don't feel like, one, a third-party company is going to come out with this figure, and two, I don't know if they can do it any better outside of like maybe throwing in some die cast and making it less hollow, and maybe the plastic could be a little bit better. Other than that, I mean, it's not a bad figure. If you're into Beast Wars, this is a definite pickup. If you're into the Japanese anime style, or you just want Japanese anime style figures, definitely a pickup. If you're not, wait for it to be on sale or don't get it. I mean, I don't tell people how to spend their money, but I enjoy this figure. I really do. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like this figure? Did you pick up this figure? Do you even care this figure exists? Let me know what you think. And as always, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you check out the community tab. It's where I post any pre-orders, any deals on figs, or any restocks that I come across while browsing the World Wide Web. I'll leave a link to that in the description. And yeah, with that, be safe, be good, and it's the DrunkenPrime cracking open another beer and signing off.